Hello everyone, I'm Mrs. Rekha Hassan, Assistant Professor of English. The session today is on How Do I Love Thee, the poem by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. This has been prescribed for BBA Sem I with the text titled Compulsory Foundation Course in English by Mangalore University. How Do I Love Thee? The poem, written by Elizabeth Barrett, who was the most popular and highly regarded poets of the Victorian era. To get into the introduction of the poet, the more interesting about her biography is that when she was 15, she fell seriously ill, suffering from spinal injury, and her health was permanently affected. In 1836, family moved to London, and in 1838, she contributed to several periodicals and her first collection, The Seraphim and Other Poems. After losing her mother, she was hit by another storm of life, the death of her brother by getting drowned in water, but her inner urge of writing continued in spite of these disasters in her life. She developed an urge to meet anyone who is other than her inmates. Her name was well known in literary circles, and in 1844 her second volume of poetry was enthusiastically received. For her contribution to the literature, she has been recognized and she was considered for the position of poet laureate. Admiring her, poet Robert Browning proposed her and got married to her. She is the best ever remembered for the poem How Do I Love Thee and the verse novel Aurora Lake. Her sonnet from Elizabeth Barrett Browning's verse collection, Sonnets from the Portuguese. This poem has been extremely popular since its publication. Now let us know what is a sonnet and its features. Sonnet is a 14-lined poem with a fixed meter and rhyme scheme. How do I love thee? This is an Italian or can be called as Petrarchian sonnet, which is divided into two sections. A section of 8 lines called as octave, where you find her different ways of expressing her love to her husband, and the next 6 lines called sestet, where you find a change, a transformation of the subject in the last 2 lines of the poem, where there you find the transcendent love, the love transformed from sensual love to the spiritual love, which is finally eternalized. Usually, sonnets are used to describe religious devotion, romantic love, and the beauty of nature. In this sonnet, the form was traditionally used by the poet to express her feelings towards her love, that is her husband, in highly elaborative and decorative language. Now coming to the title of the poem, How Do I Love Thee? Love. How is this word felt? How can love be described generally? Love is passion, pure, perfection, submission of oneself, finds no boundary, expects no returns, urge to love more and more, wants to live for it and die for it, wants to have love more, even more after life. if God permits. It has the power to reach the soul even when life is out of sight. Now let us go to the poem line by line. The first line, how do I love thee? Let me count the ways. She expresses her different ways of loving him. She lists out her different expression of love towards her husband. She provides her feeling of love, her expression of love through these lines. These lines are more meaningful than the verse expresses. The second line, I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach when feeling is out of sight. Her love is so intense, so deep, so wide, in such a height that even after their absence of sensual love, her love can reach him as God loves his devotees. The love between the God and his devotees is very pure, where there is no end to the love, where you find the love is eternalized. The depth of her love is such that it can reach the edges of soul and unseen goals of eternity and oneness with God. Coming to the line, my soul can reach when feeling out of sight for the ends of being and ideal grace. Till the end, even after pain, even after the death, even after the life comes to an end, when we are no more, the grace of love retains. So she wants that kind of love towards him. That love should be retained even after death, even after the world comes to an end. God loves his devotees, which is eternal and graceful forever. Now coming to the line, I love thee to the level of everyday's most quiet need by sun and candlelight. Here the images used in the poem like sun and candlelight are the natural images. Sun compared to the day and night compared to the candlelight or the twilight. She is comparing her love to these images because she wants her love to be retained from dawn to dusk throughout the day where there is no end. This is just like the need of the everyday. Her love to him has no bindings, no boundary, and no end at all. I love thee freely as men strive for right purely. I love thee purely as they turn from praise. There is no boundary to her love. She wants her love to be accepted freely. It is the love of her choice. And she wants that choice to be free from all bindings, as men who always struggle to have right things, who always wants to find perfection in their action. As one submits or surrenders oneself to God without expecting any reward, self-regard, in the same way she wants to love him even if she is out of sight, out of this world, beyond the words. Her passion of love for him is like no intention to brag, to appreciate, to get appreciated from others for her achievements, because her love is beyond these achievements. Coming to the line, I love thee with the passion put to use in my old graves and with my childhood faith. Her passion of love to him is like her passion, her attachment for her old sufferings, and her faith of religion in childhood. She wants to have her love as we are attached to her, attached to our old sufferings, to our old griefs. As this old suffering doesn't get off from our mind, or as we remember all these things in the same way, she wants her love to be remembered by him even after she is out of sight. I love thee with a love I seem to lose with my lost saints. She feels she will be lost if she loses his love, as she lost her faith in saints in her childhood. She doesn't want to lose his love, or she doesn't want to get lost as he forgets, she feels she will be lost if she loses his love, as she lost her faith in saints in her childhood. In the line, I love thee with the breath, smiles, tears of my life. Tears of my life. I love thee with the breath, smiles, tears of all my life. And if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death. These last two lines are very impressive. She loves him till her last breath. Smiles and tears roll out throughout the rest of her life. She wants to love him till she is there on this earth, and even after her death, even after her eternal sleep. Her love to him is eternal and remains afterlife of hers. The love which is sensual in the beginning gradually turns to spiritual love, which is eternalized in the end. Here in this poem, the theme of love is described as religious, as spiritual, as getting united with God. Theme of love as a freedom to choose as men strive to attain right thing. Her feelings for him is beyond reason, beyond words, and beyond everything. Love is spiritualized by bringing the images of sun and candlelight, being and grace. The rhyme scheme is traditional: A, B, B, A, B, B, C, D, C, D, C, D. This rhyme scheme helps to bind the lines together. With this, I come to the end of the poem. If you want to read more related to this, you can go to the text Spectrum 1 Compulsory Foundation Course in English for BBA degree program Sem 1. Thank you and have a good day.